I'm Caroline Dowd-Higgins. Thank you for listening to Your Working Life, my podcast series featuring thought leaders in the career and personal growth arena. I know that you spend a significant portion of your life at work, so I'm on a mission to provide you with tools, inspiration, and resources so you can enjoy your career and love your life. And I am particularly excited about welcoming my guest to the show today. Geri Stengel is with me. Geri, welcome to the show.
Well, I'm delighted to be here and thank you so much for having me.
Oh, you're so welcome. We're going to have a terrific conversation, but I want to first tell the audience all about you. Geri Stengel is president of Ventureneer, a content marketing and marketing research company that helps other companies reach small businesses through branded marketing and social media opportunities that generate visibility, thought leadership, and loyalty. She's an excellent writer and the author of Forget the Glass Ceiling, Building Your Business Without One. And I follow her regularly on Forbes. I enjoy her Forbes articles greatly, so do check her out. Geri's helped thousands of entrepreneurs take their vision to reality, develop their business plan, and learn the strategies and tactics that they need to grow their businesses. So, Geri, today I want to pick your brain in particular. Why are women striking out on their own to start businesses like never before?
So, women are starting businesses out of necessity, but they're also seeing opportunities in the marketplace. Some of those opportunities are um, to create a lifestyle that suits the way that they want to live their lives. So I just happened to have been interviewing a woman, Ellen Winkler, who is very big in the active sports arena,
Mm-hmm.
and she it was fascinating to me because she started her business in Jackson Hole, Wyoming, because she wanted to be able to ski. When
Ah.
6 inches of powder fell, she wanted to get out on her own. So women are definitely doing it to create a lifestyle. Women are also creating high growth businesses. And unfortunately, they're not starting it at the same rate as as men are doing.
Mm.
So women are an untapped force, and we certainly can rekindle the economy. And Dell commissioned research called the Gender Jedi Research and my book to sort of uncover why women aren't doing it, and also to encourage and provide role models to, role models for those women who aspire to doing that.
That's great. I think we need to throw the ladder down, across, you name it, to help other entrepreneurs get into the pipeline. I love to hear how you talked about the values piece, right? How women are choosing to be entrepreneurs because they can design a career based on what they prioritize and what they value. That's good to hear. So, what skills does a woman have to make her a good entrepreneur? Where does it all start?
So, Gender Jedi talks about education and work experience, but I also interviewed a variety of other experts in that area. Zenger Folkman did research among men and women about the leadership skills, and women, believe it or not, outperform men on 12 of the 16 leadership skills that they evaluated.
Wow.
And yeah, unbelievable. And, as expected, women nurture talent, but what was really unexpected is that women drive results and take initiative. Uh,
Wow.
yeah, really not the skill set that you think that women have, but they absolutely outperform men. John Girazima and Michael D'Antonio, sorry if I've mispronounced their names, who wrote the Athena Doctrine, talk about the 21st century skills of cooperation, communication, and sharing. And I don't need to tell you that women excel at those skill sets.
Right.
Um, exactly. And there's also substantial amounts of research showing that women who are leaders of companies are driving high performance. So, research by Dow Jones Venture Source, by the SBA, are showing how much more capital efficient companies are. or women-led companies are, and there's additional research by Kaufman and Illuminate that show that.
Exciting. Great things happen when women are in the leading roles. Good stuff. Good stuff. And I love to hear all the research base. I'm thrilled to hear about driving results and taking initiative. That's great news. Great. So now I'm just going to say I do know a lot of very successful women who still deal with self-doubt and lack of confidence. So how can women use purpose to move past this self-doubt?
So one of the women that I interviewed for Forget the Glass Ceiling, Danae Ringelman, started Indiegogo.
Yes, I
Indiegogo,
I know Danae. She's amazing. She's amazing.
she is absolutely amazing, and she has a purpose. And her purpose is to make sure that everybody has access to the money that they need, and small businesses in particular. And when she was an investment bank analyst, she decided to dedicate herself to the democratization of raising money. And
Hmm.
she got turned down, oh, I'm going to say about 90 times before she and her other co-founders were able to raise the money. But what got them past the self-doubt is that they were passionate and that they had a purpose to what they were doing. And
Right.
that's one of the ways that you really get past self-doubt. An additional way is don't do it alone. So,
Yes.
obviously Danae had co-founders, but other women talked about their advisory boards. So, Erica Bliss of Qui Lions talked about her board members and how much she relies on them. Not Lisa, Lily Hall
Hmm.
of Knock Inc. talks about her accountant and how helpful he is to her. Mandy Cabot talks about her husband, her father, her sister. She even decided to hire a professional team when she felt that that her company outgrew her own skill set. So she now has a very skilled team running Dansko.
That's great. And it just goes to show us all that successful people ask for help. I love that. And what a coincidence
Absolutely.
that we both know Renee so well. She is a dynamo and Indiegogo is thriving. Good stuff. Good stuff. So, why are role models important to women?
So again, just going back to the Gender Jedi research, their research talks about the importance of aspiration.
Yeah.
So having role models, it shows you the way, how other women have put the puzzle pieces together, and when you see it, you can do it. And if women just like you are doing it, then you can do it as well. And that was mentioned by many of the women that I interviewed. So Nina Vaca in particular is stepping up and being a role model in many, many different ways. So she is a presidential ambassador for global entrepreneurship, and she is traveling both here in this country and worldwide so that people see that women like her, she was an immigrant to this country, can start with nothing and grow a $200 million company.
Yeah, extraordinary. Jerry, did your research delve into the role that a mentor or a sponsor plays in entrepreneurial ventures or just a woman's career trajectory in general?
So sponsors, I think, are really, really, really critical, and I like to look at things as sort of a pinnacle, or not a pinnacle, but a triangle.
Yeah,
So lots of people can give you advice. Um, uh, Fewer people can open doors and influence things for you. So another woman or another man can actually open the door and use their credibility and position to help you find money, a customer, even get you media visibility.
right.
And at that top of the pinnacle are the people, whether that's men or women, that can actually give you money, whether that's a venture capitalist or an angel. Those people have the ability to fund you.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, so we all know that entrepreneurship is a daunting task in that it can be a 24/7 operation, especially when you're just getting started, and certainly if you're bootstrapping from the beginning. And some often say that it's a lonely job. So how can women get the support that they need?
So, don't do it alone. And I
Yeah.
loved, yeah, I interviewed Gloria Felt of Take. Now I'm forgetting the company. Take the Lead,
Yes.
and she talks about don't do it alone. And absolutely, all 10 women that I interviewed for the book didn't do it alone. So again, they. Um, sought mentors, they sought sponsors, they had advisory boards, they belonged to peer advisory groups. So groups like Women's Presidents Organization, YPO, Entrepreneurs Organization. The ability to talk through your problems on a monthly basis with other entrepreneurs who are going through similar things was really, really beneficial. Using your professionals, your lawyers and your accountants. And I mentioned Lily Hall of Knock, who did, who just really, really relies on her accountant. Family members. So a lot of the women, I think three, and I'd have to count them, are rely on their husbands. So their
Yeah.
husbands are part of the business. Two women joined their cousins in their business, so they rely on family for insight into, running the company as well.
hmm hmm I like to think of it as my personal board of directors, right? They're not necessarily on the business board of directors, but they're advisors and mentors and accountability masters, you name it. And some of them bring particular expertise, some of them provide accountability, but it's essential. We don't have to do it alone. So thank you for really hitting that point home. So let's talk about some very practical ways, Jerry, that women can support each other.
So I mentioned the three in which I think are really, really critical is providing advice. So if you're skilled and knowledgeable in a particular area, whether that's marketing or sales, share your information with other women. Especially women entrepreneurs who need that advice. That second level, where um, people who have the ability to open doors for you. So those sponsors. So if you have the ability to open the door for another woman entrepreneur, absolutely do so. So that could be to money, that could be to a customer, that could be for a media opportunity. But using your influence and power really can help another entrepreneur um, uh, scale their business. And that last thing, and this is really more for wealthy people, if you have money, consider angel investing. It may
Yes.
not be right for everybody, but it is a way to diversify your portfolio. It is a way to give back. And it's also a way of sharing your skills and insights into running a company.
Beautifully put. So, Jerry, what's next for you? Is there another book in the hopper? What's happening next?
So that's really interesting that you're asking if there's another book in the hopper. I think there is. I haven't quite decided what that book will be.
I
Um,
understand. It's in your head. I get it. I
but
do. I can
yeah,
relate.
but it is absolutely in my head and it's sort of spinning all around.
Good for you.
One of the things that that I'm now just really, really looking at is the fact that women entrepreneurs are among the happiest people in the world. So
Wow.
there's additional research out there that I only briefly mention in the book because the newer research hadn't come out at that point, and I think it's the Global Entrepreneurship Monitor just came out with an update to their research, and women entrepreneurs are happier than any other group of people. They're happier than other entrepreneurs. and they're happier than other women, and they're even happier, or US women are even happier than other women in the world.
Well, that is fabulous. That's good news, and good news for all of us that have our hands in the entrepreneurial world. Excellent. And I think part of that reflects on what you were mentioning earlier. It's a values piece. It's a prioritization of what's important in our lives and doing something you really believe in and something that you're passionate about. That's great. So, Geri, I follow you avidly. You've got Twitter, you've got Google, Facebook, LinkedIn, and you've got a fabulous website. But I also want to remind everybody to follow you on Forbes because you write such great content. Tell us sort of the hub. How do we find you on your website?
So I would, my website is ventureneer.com. You can get the book for free. Forget the glass ceiling, build your business without one. Dell commissioned me to write it, and they're giving it away for free because they want to encourage more women to go for that brass ring and to start the kinds of companies that are innovating and creating jobs. So that's why they're helping distribute the book for free. Absolutely follow me on Twitter. And again, that's at Ventureneer. Search for my name, Geri Stengel, on Forbes. I'd love it if you followed me as well. And feel free to reach out through LinkedIn and just say that you heard me on, Carolyn's show, and I will connect with you.
Excellent, wonderful. And Geri, I want to spell your name since most people are listening to this on their smartphone or their computer. It's Geri, pardon me, Geri Stengel, Stengel, just to give that shout out. So when they look for you online, they spell your name correctly. So, Geri, what a joy to have you on. I wish you great success. I will eagerly await the new book. And I understand it's in your brain right now, but good for you for percolating on it. And thank you for sharing your wisdom and expertise with us today.
Well, thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure chatting with you.
You take good care.
You
And I want
too.
to thank everyone for tuning into your working life today, where my goal is to help you design your career destiny so it doesn't happen by default. True career and life satisfaction is possible, and it's time to embrace what you love doing so you can do more of it. I'm Caroline Dowd-Higgins. Take good care.